You are someone who is a shapeshifter. I feel like you're able to read the energy in a room and then present yourself accordingly. I feel like you're someone who takes on the observational role and then adjusts, right? It's almost like you know which faces to show in order to belong most, taking on this energy of a chameleon. It honestly reminds me of Anna Delvey, just in the sense of like, you know how to perform in a way that will make people like you. I don't necessarily think this is a bad quality. Also, you can download Astra and ask what placements you have specifically that make you have this chameleon-like quality. For instance, placements like Pisces or mutable placements, being Gemini, Sagittarius, Pisces, and Virgo, can tend to have this effect on people. So if you're curious what placements you have personally that can make you present this way, download Astra and we'll tell you all about it. But we have the Ace of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the King of Pentacles here. To me, this seems kind of like you realized that your truth was that you could get along with just about anybody. And the way you like kind of emotionally connect to people, I feel like you like dive down deep into their subconscious or their energy, and you're just like, okay, what does this person need right now? I feel like you kind of transform in the way of like, and in the most enlightened way that you can, by being like, what does this person need right now? And it's almost like you can become a nurturer, you can become someone's like hype man, you can become someone's like personal best friend in that moment. Even if you don't necessarily feel that way, you're just like, I know how to be this person. I feel like you're also someone who's really good at supporting your friends and those closest to you, because I feel like it's honestly this gift you have of being able to read people very well and being like, oh, this person's actually really sad. Let me drop into a more calming energy and tune into what they need. And so it's like that kind of chameleon energy, in the sense of like, you know how to give people what they need. But you also, it's this energy of you being able to put on the mask to get what you need as well. So maybe, for instance, something that happens to you is you might be in your career or something, and you're like, I know how I have to behave to level up in this way. It's almost like you're very aware of like the matrix that we exist in, and you're like, I know how to play this game. I don't think that you necessarily do it to manipulate, though. However, I do feel like if put in circumstances that are unsafe to you, you know how to like manipulate the situation to get out safe. Like maybe you might have had partners that weren't the best to you, or a bit controlling, and you knew kind of how to play their game and throw it back in their face because you could read between the lines and see what's happening. And that's the other thing too, like it's really hard to lie to you. Like it's almost like your awareness is so wide that you read all of the subtle cues. You're very good at reading in between the lines to understand what people actually mean. And I think it might be interesting too, because I think passive aggressiveness bothers you in the sense of like, you're like, I know what you actually mean. Like there's no need for you to just like put on this little show and throw a fit. Like just tell me like what you're actually feeling and let's work through this together, because I already know what you're feeling. Okay. But you're able to form really deep connections because of this. It's almost like you might have struggled with codependency in the past because you're like a merger, you merge with others. And so it's this energy of you, you might have gone through some like heartbreak here to figure out how to identify who you really are versus who you were pretending to be or who you needed to be. But I honestly feel like you've overcome this and come out of it, and like now you have a really good understanding of who you are, and you're able to put on and take off these masks with ease, in the sense of like you're able to return to your center, and instead of letting it consume you or take control of you, you now like use it as a tool. Because I have the Nine of Cups, the Ten of Cups, the Three of Wands, and the Sun. Holy crap, can we just talk about the spread for a second? This is actually like an amazing pull. I feel like you had to learn how to separate yourself from others so that like you could identify where your center was, and then you were able to like kind of play with these abilities, with this gift of being a shifter, and now you're using them to get everything you want. Okay, what's coming in for collective? Because we have the Sun, so it's like I don't know. I feel like if there's some kind of goal that you've been working towards here, we have the Queen of Swords and the Four of Cups. There might be this energy of like you having to, yeah, I think this ties into the Three of Swords, of you having to cut a lot of people out of your life and then like kind of playing this waiting game of like assessing your options and being like, okay, where do I want to go next? And now that you have this vision or you're about to come across it, a lot of action's about to happen. All right. So I hope this message helped. You got this, keep going. And don't forget to download Astro to see what personal placements allow you to have this ability. I love you. Bye.